my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have my July reading journal flip through and my August setup. So now I really wanted to do a plan with me sort of thing for August. However, I have not quite figured out how to actually do that with my son. It still takes me quite a long time to actually get everything set up, and I've been doing it a lot at night when he is either going to bed or in the afternoons when he's taking a nap, and I have to do it in little tiny bursts basically. So once I figure out how to actually film good footage for it, I will try to do that. So the first thing we're actually going to do is just sort of go through a flip through of my final July stuff. So as you guys saw in the first video I ever did for this, we have a full setup for the I guess last half of 2020, and July was the first month that we started. So this was my calendar spread. We had some readathons on here, we had some birthdays and stuff like that on here. Moving on, we have my reading every day and page tracker spread. This one I am super happy with just because I had not done this personally yet. So everything was blank in the last video, and now look at how cool it looks. I did a sort of tealy blue theme for July. So I did have physical books for a light teal, ebooks were a grayish blue, audiobooks were a blue, and ARCs were a dark teal. As you can see, most of the sort of stuff I was reading were going to be either physical or ARCs. That is very common for what I've been doing this year. And most of the days, I only read one book a day. At the very beginning of this month, I did read an arc of a manga, so I started another novel. And then every other time I did multiple books a day, it's because of readathons. And then you would see I have tons of reading, and then it sort of tapered off after that. Tons of reading and tapered off a little bit. And that's usually how I do readathons. Now, my total pages read for the month was 6,558. Part of this is because I did read an entire manga series in one day. I will talk about the books I read more in my wrap up for the month, but I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. Then we have my TBR spread for July. I read every single book except for I did end up switching out Avalon during one of the readathons for other books, and I did DNF one book. We then had the pop culture readathon, which did take place throughout the month of July, which was created by Life with Me on Twitter. I will leave her link down below, and I was able to complete a bingo on every board. We have the top one up here for Family Affair, a diagonal for Teen Dream, vertically here for the adult table, and also vertically here for Thrill Ride. I did read more books, and you could use one book once each board, so I do have a little bit of overlap, but I was happy that I was able to get at least one bingo per board. Then we had the Bookopoly readathon. I will leave all the links to the readathons as well for the vlogs down below, because I explained a little bit more how I did the choices in the Bookopoly-thon vlog, but I did end up picking one out of every two, and so we did paranormal, viewer recommends, mystery thriller, YA fantasy, and then I did complete the reading rush. Now, these are some of my favorite spreads in here. I have my book haul. I went a little bit overboard in July. This was not supposed to happen, but it did. My favorite book of the month was The Space Between Worlds by Micaiah Johnson. This book is actually coming out Tuesday, August 4th, and I will be going to the bookstore to get my hands on a copy as soon as possible because I absolutely love this book. It's gonna be one of my top of the year. I'm 95% sure. And then we have some of my favorite quotes. This is the first time I've ever made a conscious effort to have favorite quotes from books. And what I do find interesting is that one of the quotes on here is from a book that I absolutely hated, but I loved the quote. I'm not pointing at it at all. And then all the other quotes I loved were from books that I rated 4 or 5 stars. And then we have the start of my books read. So I did print out little covers here for all the books that I did end up reading in July. And for this month, I had a sheet of very, very tiny stickers that I used as my star rating, and they were all themed for like beachy stuff. So I actually thought that was really, really cute. So here's 1 page, 2 pages, and 3 pages. It probably would have been more because I did, like I said, read an entire manga series. However, I wasn't gonna sit and write a whole paragraph for each book of the manga, so I put them all together. I definitely love how I did the books read spread. This was sort of stolen from an Owl Crate reading journal because of the fact that I had been using them before, and I absolutely do love being able to write notes down on like characters and plot and what I liked or didn't like, because I read so many books in a month. Like, I have not even filmed my wrap up for July yet, but I have like 28 or 29 books I have to talk about, so this helps. And then I do have a stats spread. I wasn't entirely too sure how much of that I was going to need, and I couldn't put that in until after I finished reading basically everything I was going to read, because I needed to know how many pages to save for my books read. But I did read 1 audiobook, 3 ebooks, 4 arcs, 20 physical books, and then I had 1 middle grade, 14 YA, and 13 adults. And then for my star ratings, I had, like I said, 1 DNF, 2 2 stars, 8 3 stars, 9 4 stars, and 9 5 stars. Now we are going to move into August, which is a space theme. I am so excited for this. So I do use all of these stickers from Stickii Club. I will leave them linked down below. And for the August spread, I basically used 2 packs. We have a retro pack called Among the Stars, as well as a pop pack called Space Invaders. So that's where I got pretty much all of these. I did also purchase a couple like older sticker sheets from Stickii that I don't know what packs they came from, but like that's where like this guy came from, was a separate sticker sheet. But here we have my August spread. Of course, we started with Monday because readathons usually go Monday through Sunday. However, I will be doing a readathon this month that is actually going Monday through the next Wednesday. So we have a little bit of extra time for that. And these stickers came with the Space Invader pack. So I just took those stickers and sort of did the theme colors that way. We then have my read every day and my page tracker spread. As you can see, I'm filming this on the 2nd because I've already done my August 1st stuff here. I read 42 pages last night of an ebook. So here's my color scheme for the month. We have physical books as a light purple, ebooks as a purple, audiobooks as a very, very dark purple, and arcs as a gray. I wasn't too sure about the gray, but I think it's gonna look really, really nice here. And again, I'm just sort of laying these out exactly like last month. We have 1 through 31 because that's how many days we have. And then I did go up through 300-ish pages. There were a couple times last month where I went over that, but since I am writing in the page numbers every single time as well, I'm okay with that. As you can see, I had like a 538, a 491, and that day I had a whole series of manga with a 1,940. Moving on, we have my over-ambitious August TBR. As I mentioned last month, I do want to make sure I am actively trying to read outside of my own experience, and so I have been making sure I'm reading books by Black authors, other authors of color, LGBTQ, and then I want to read more manga and ebooks. So that's what these are here. However, if you look down my list and if you watch my August TBR video, which I will leave linked down below, I have other books on this list that also fit into these categories. So I'm not just necessarily reading 1 book of those a month, but I want to make sure I'm reading at least one of those a month. And then here we have the readathon, the one and only readathon I'm planning to do in August, and it is Diversify That Shelf. I will leave all of this stuff linked down below as well, but like I mentioned before, it is going to be August 10th through 19th, and they do have some reading challenges. I don't fully know how much of this I want to do. I am going to try and do maybe like a bingo. I have books over here that I mentioned in my August TBR, plus other ones that I've added in that definitely fit here, and I want to make sure that I am reading a lot of diversity. So again, diversely with race, diversely with sexuality, diversely with the fact that I am an able-bodied human, and so I want to try to also read things with chronic illness, potentially mental illness, disabilities. So I'm going to definitely be making sure that that whole 10-day readathon has so much diversity in it. Then we have the next spread that I'm also very happy about. We have my book haul area. I don't think it's gonna stay this blank, but I'm also really hoping not to buy too many books in August. We have the place for my favorite book. I will end up putting a book cover picture here and writing what I like about it. And then my favorite quotes area. Now, like I mentioned before, most of my stickers come from Stickii Club. However, the stationery stuff that I have here is from Artbox from my local H Mart, which is a Korean grocery store. So these little heart stickers came with the set of papers. Actually, I think I forgot to mention the yellow, green, blue part. This is also from Artbox. And then we have my books read spread. So again, I'm starting with 8, but knowing me, I will have to add in 1, 2, 3 more pages by the end of the month so I have enough room for all of my books. And then that's it. Again, I'm really hoping to be able to do an actual like watch me set it up sort of video and then maybe explain everything at the end. However, I have not found enough time to actually sit down and create everything the way I want it to at this time, with my son just having turned 1. But that is something I would like to do in the future. Let me know if that's something you would like to see, or if you're okay with just the way I sort of explain everything and show you what I have come up with. And then that is it from me. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos. I have videos up Mondays, Thursdays, and sometimes Saturdays. So I will see you then. Bye.